What's up guys, welcome back to another CMF deck profile. Today's is going to be on Pandora of Dark. I'm really excited that Pandora of Dark and Pandora of Light are wrapping up the format because I actually feel really good that Pandora of Dark might be a really good side deck card again coming up in the future. I kind of see it as a really good answer to Vlad if you're going first. If you can kind of stop their hand and not let them ramp as fast as you, and you can drop Mephistopheles, or if you choose to use Blazer instead, you can really get in some damage before they have some answers. And it's nice to know they can't really J activate in kind of a way you can, because Vlad's J activate doesn't really do anything. So I'm going to be messing around with Pandora of Dark after too. I might be trying to see if I can fit this kind of weird anti-meta-ish build I'm thinking about. I guess I'll show you guys when it comes. I don't want to spoil any ideas now and not kind of be able to show you anything once it does come out. But yeah, I'm typically really excited for Pandora of Dark. Pandora of Light, I'm not too sure. I have an idea for that as well, but I'll have to show you guys all when the time is right. And it's really cool that I'm wrapping up CMF in general too, because I can't wait for the new cards. It's nice to know that I'm not going to be having to do deck profiles with all the old cards anymore. Although this is really exciting, it is getting a lot of people see that I'm using a lot of the same ideas, and that's just because those are the ideas I feel the most competitive for certain colors in the game, and there isn't really much we can do to change that up, and I don't want to give you guys decks that aren't as competitive just to be different. So it's going to be nice to know that we have different, like a whole different card pool coming in, and it's going to be nice and new again, I guess you could say. So yeah, without any other interruptions or anything like that, I'm going to get into the deck profile for Pandora of Dark. For my Magic Stones, I'm running 3 Magic Stone of Gusting Skies for light green. Of course, the whole deck is 2 ramp, and we need light to J-activate. There's also 1 or 2 light cards. I think it's just 2 Dream of Juliets in the main, and then I have a lot of side deck options that work really well with light. 3 Magic Stone of Blasting Waves for Thunder and Flame, of course, and 4 Magic Stone of Black Silence. I find black to be more important than the other 2 colors because I need to double up on it for Meph, which is of course the win condition after you discard their hand. The Resonator lineup is super simple. I have 4 Familiar of Holy Wind just to draw. I want to be able to dig out those Mephs as fast as I can, as they are the only win condition. 4 Elvish Priests to be able to ramp, along with 4 Gretel, and of course 4 Feetsing. The whole idea of Pandora of Dark is to be able to discard their whole hand as fast as you can so that you hit the most cards as possible, and then you drop Mephistopheles, which I'm running 4 of to make sure I see it as early as possible to start getting over their field. And the best thing about 4 of this is it's never really too much, because you can't consider it a dead card in your hand, not only because you're ramping so fast, but because they don't have any cards in their hand once you start dropping this. So it's kind of like, yeah, even if you double up on it, you're gonna drop one. If they use their 1 top deck to get over it, you just drop another one, and they just lost 500 life for targeting it. So you can get a really good amount of damage in and just make sure they can't really set up at all. And against certain decks like, let's say, Grim or Vlad, decks that don't J-activate, that don't have a J-ruler that's just always on the field to be ready for, it just kills them off even earlier. The only thing I've noticed with Pandora of Dark that might be a little bit of not so useful as before, I guess you could say, is now that Regalias cost 0, you could just place, well, not now, but now that we have Regalias and they cost 0, if they drop like 3 of them from their hand, they only have like 2 to 3 cards left in their hand, and it's kind of a bummer to only hit 3 cards when you can hit like 6. But most of the time, like I said, against decks that don't rely on their J-rulers, they're not really using Regalias anyway, so it's totally fine. For the spells, I have 4 Thunders just for 500 direct and small removal. It's really good against other decks that have Elvish Priest and stuff as well. 3 Flame of the Outer World to be able to hit those heavy monsters as well as J-rulers. 2 Stoning to Death for removal on stuff that those 2 can't kill, stuff like other Mephistopheles or even Blazer. 2 Dream of Juliet, it helps protect your Mephistopheles as well. It blinks it. You can also kill other Mephistopheles with it. This card just has so much usage. I also like having main deck addition hate. You never know when you're going to go against a rogue deck, and it's nice to have so many uses. I have 4 Cake Zone. It's really good with Gretel too because it lets me draw. It lets me dig out those Mephistopheles while still protecting my Mephistopheles as well. 4 Zeeks to cancel all their summons, and 1 Necronomicon just because I can play everything late game all early again, and there isn't too much draw to see this too early, and if you open it you can always mulligan it. For the side deck, I'm using 1 Blazer. Blazer's just always really good because of cards like Rook Egg nowadays. I like setting into this for stuff like that typically get a lot of advantage now for hitting the graveyard. It isn't really common, but stuff like Cthulhu's use Rasputin and Rook Egg, and I like just taking out 1 Meph and putting in a Blazer. One, Susanoo. Susanoo is really great as well because of the dragons. I actually like this against Gwyber a lot more than Bahamut. I keep mentioning that it's not too strong against Bahamut because the second you side it in, they side into Kane or Melgus. 3 Crime and Punishment. This just works really good against a lot of decks. I underestimated this card, and in play I really like it. 2 Bind of Gravity, it's really good against Gwyber as well. If your opponent is running kind of like a turbo, kind of like those Grim decks that drop Grannies and Gwybers really easily, you can rest the Gwyber so it can't block your Manastopheles, as well as being able to equip it to your Manastopheles and attack again in like a really weird kind of combo moment, but it has 2 different usages, so that's cool. 3 Savior of Splendor to remove from game, of course, Dark Monsters. 3 Return to Stories for Grim. You want to get rid of those Hamlins that are not letting your Manastopheles attack as soon as possible. And 2 Dark Pulse to wipe out all of those low drops. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys do have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you do, because I have Pandora of Light finishing up all of my ruler countdown tomorrow. I literally did all 29 of them in about a month straight, so it's been pretty crazy. I'm really glad to have been finishing this. It was kind of like a goal for me to achieve, so it's really cool to know that I was able to continuously give you guys all this content, and I can't wait for what's coming after. I hope you guys are excited for it as well. I'm probably going to be doing some story videos as well the week before the new Alice Cluster drops, and with a bunch of stuff for new players coming next week, and I'll catch you guys next time.